Welcome back everybody to Saurus W1's channel, and today I'm going to show you how to start a new game in hard mode in Banished. Now we are going to leave the disasters off for this. We're going to keep it on a mild climate. If you want to change the disasters and climate settings, go ahead. It's basically the same method for either of them. We're going to go on a large terrain size, and we're going to start with valleys, I suppose. It doesn't really matter which one of these you choose. We'll hit a few of these map seeds and switch this to hard mode. So a hard game begins with 4 families, a small amount of clothing, food, firewood and tools are provided. No seeds for farming are available. So basically you have to trade for your seeds and everything that you need in the game. And let's get into it. So one thing that you're probably asking yourself, well, if you don't have any seeds, then how the hell do you survive the first winter? Well, it's quite simple. And I will show you the method on how to do this, and we'll get into it straight away. Alright, so first thing that you want to do when you load into a new game on hard mode, just going to turn that down because I'm shouting. First thing you want to do when you get into a game on hard mode is place a gatherer's hut. You want to place it over here where there is forest, somewhere around where there is forest. You also want to place a hunting cabin right next to the gatherer's hut. Then you can draw a road straight out there, just straight out into that area, and that will get them working straight away on the gatherer's hut and the hunter's cabin. Now you need to clear out a few resources to begin with, so remove resources. We're just going to go with somewhere like here and we'll get that going, and then we're going to put in a stockpile. Now a stockpile needs to go somewhere nearby to the rest of town, so we're just going to chuck it here. And the first thing that you want to put in when you're doing this is a storage barn so that you can actually gather your goods. And then once you have the storage barn up and running, it's time to put in your houses. You want 1, 2, 3, 4 houses for your peeps, and that's basically the start that you need. Now if you build it in that order, they will actually build these objects in that order. If you find that you accidentally put something else in before you put in your gatherer's hut or your hunter's cabin, all you have to do is select the item and tell it to pause production, and that will take us back to the queue. And so if we pause production on all of these now, they won't actually build these until the gatherer's hut and the hunter's cabin are up and operational. Now you need to get the hunter's cabin and the gatherer's hut up and operational as soon as possible. The next thing, pull out your event log, or not your map, pull out your professions, and you also want, I think it's this one, no not that one, this one, yeah. So I usually leave these up here in the top corner. I leave them there constantly so that I can just manage the settlement stuff. Now once this gatherer's hut and the hunter's cabin are built, you're going to want to have someone harvesting on them. So I usually set 2 gatherers, 1 hunter, and the rest let the builders do their thing. So I'm going to chuck 2 builders in there. Once you've got this set up, the next thing that you're going to need is a woodcutter, but we're going to wait for them to build the rest of this stuff first. And resources, woodcutter, so we'll do that, but we will also pause that production as well. So the woodcutter is up and running. Once the woodcutter is up and running, you'll have firewood to get you through the first winter. Now you want to upgrade from wood huts into stone huts as soon as you can, because they use about half the amount of wood when they're in a stone hut compared to when they're in a basic hut. So get them to build the gatherer's hut and the hunter's cabin first, and then you can just do your thing. Once you get all that sort of stuff up and running, you need to get your brewer, your blacksmith, your tailor, and that's basically it. That's all that you really need to start you off. You might want to chuck a herbalist out there when you have enough resources as well, so that they don't lose any health. But that's basically how you start off. We're just going to speed this game up and I'll show you how this is going to work. These guys are saying, hey look, we don't have a house, we don't have a house, we don't have a house. It's like, yes, I'm well aware of that, but I need you to do other things first. Now this is vanilla, there are no mods active. I don't have resource mods or anything like that active on the game. It's just complete vanilla. This is how it comes out of the box as soon as you buy the game. This is how you can play it, and this is how you do the hard mode. Right, they should be building those soon. They've got all the resources there that they need. The builders are going to work, the gatherer's hut's going to go in, then the hunter's cabin's going to go in, so there should be enough resources. Whoops, oh, go, stop, go away. Right, so they need a few more logs by the look of it, so we're just going to grab some resources real quick. We're just going to go like here and get some resources. They need a few more logs to finish off that hunter's cabin. Now, once you've got that amount, oh, here's another thing that you don't want to do. You don't want to tell them to harvest a huge area, because they will prioritize harvesting rather than hauling to places, so that's something that you got to keep in mind when you're doing this on hard mode as well, because you do have a limited amount of peeps to begin the game. So now that that hunter's cabin is complete, we can start working on the storage barn to store the food, and once that's done we're going to put in the houses, and by the time winter rolls around we should have the woodcutter in. We're going to have to assign someone to the woodcutter, but we want to get this storage barn up and running quickly if we can. Once you have the gatherer's hut, the hunting cabin and the storage barn, you have to work on the houses first, because if winter rolls around and they don't have houses, they will simply freeze to death. It's as simple as that. They will just freeze to death. You'll lose half your population in one winter. It's not a pretty sight, believe me. So we're nearly done with this. We've got the logs coming in. Yep, there we go. All the logs are done. The builders will be arriving shortly, and they'll start building that building. Now, if you haven't played Banished, it's pretty much like a cult classic sort of thing. It's one of those things that people just love. They just love this game. It's a very, very fun game to play. My mother even plays this game actually, and she's quite good at it. She whoops the ass out of my population when it comes to building cities and stuff. I think she has like 2,500 population or something in one of her cities, something like that, or was it 20,000, 25,000, I'm not sure. But yeah, she kicks my ass when it comes to this sort of thing. But then again, she also doesn't play on hard mode. I play on hard mode, she only plays on easy, and she always looks for, I think it's sheep straight up, so she'll restart the game, restart the game, restart the game until she gets sheep as her spawn. Whereas I just like to start living off the land straight away. Okay. So all these resources are starting to get some people in the wooden houses. We're nearly done building the houses. Got some stone. That's it, that's all the stone. We can start the woodcutter. Alright, so we got the gatherers. We got to keep an eye on our food. And if we can, we are going to put a herbalist out here as well. Herbalist? Yeah. What? Oh, it can't be placed in that location. Okay. I'll place the herbalist there then. Okay, Forester Lodge. I'm going to chuck one of these in here. Just chuck that there for the time being. You can always move your foresters, lodges and things later. You do not get refund of any resources when you're playing in hard mode. It's basically the resources are destroyed whenever you have to move something, but that's alright, because at least we made it into the first winter and we've got the woodcutter doing wood cutting. We've got some hunt gatherers doing stuff. We're going to put another hunter in, because the food supplies are starting to run a little bit low. Okay, so next thing you want to do is find your nearest river. There's a little inlet here, but that's not really what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is a river over here like this. And we want to put a fishery in. you do need to use fisheries in hard mode. Some people tend to skip them completely, but you can't do that in hard mode. You need the fisheries to be operational, and we're going to get 2 fishes once that's done. We're starting to get food coming in again because the winter is practically over. It's a mild winter. If you're playing this on a fair or a harsh winter, you will actually have an extended winter that starts at the beginning of autumn. Well, basically the beginning of autumn and goes through until almost the end of spring. It's a really harsh, that's if it's a harsh winter. The hunters over here killing stuff and bringing in venison and stuff for the whole town. And yeah, so that's basically the stuff that you need. You do need to put in, where is it? A blacksmith. Do not forget to put in your blacksmith. If you forget to put in your blacksmith, you're going to have a bad time. And you need a tailor. So we're actually going to pause production on these guys because we are almost out of tools. So if we pause production on these guys, they will just focus on building these straight up. And we're probably going to need some more resources. So what we're going to do is clear a little bit of an area down here. And that should do it. So these guys should be building those shortly. They're still trying to remove the logs and things. There's only 3 labourers at the moment. What's this guy's complaint? This guy is complaining because this citizen has no job. That's alright, I don't care if you have no job. Stop whinging about it. You're a labourer as far as I'm concerned. That's not no job. That's a very important job. We need this blacksmith and we need this tailor. Well, we need this blacksmith and we need this tailor in pretty soon. We're going to start making some leather coats. We're going to start making some tools, which also means that you need to assign a labourer into your blacksmith and your tailor. And that's it. That's basically the start of your civilization. The next thing that you do is you start putting in extra houses and things like that. But that is how you start a game in hard mode. So, if you enjoy these videos, please consider liking and subscribing to my channel, and I will see you all next time. Peace out. Are you gonna build that? Yeah, they're gonna build that.